guys, my name is Lauren.
And this is Jerry.
And we are 2 Drinks In. So we want to thank everybody who watched our last episode with Megan. It was wonderful. We love you, Megan. And for all those who have not done it already, we want you to smash that like button, click subscribe, and click on that notification bell. Also, go follow us on Instagram.
And comment on everything.
And comment. Yes, we actually want to hear what y'all have to say. We want to hear your comments and your vibes. Let us know what you think. Today, we have a very, 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 very special episode for you because we have one of our favorite people in the world and our very specialist guest co-host. You would have heard us drop little hints before. We have with us Chian. Woo, 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 woo.
Oh man, and there was my BLP moment. Great.
Wow.
Let's go.
So yeah,
hi everybody.
Guys.
Hi.
Long time no see.
I know, it's so good to have you here finally.
Oh
we've been waiting for this day forever. We literally had our calendars and we were like, X. Today is the day.
Listen, right? Like, work is great, but I was really looking forward to coming and hanging out with you guys.
We're happy to have you here.
Honestly, y'all been killing it.
Thank you.
No, for real though. For real.
Yeah.
It's an absolute pleasure to share, darling. It's a pleasure.
Yes.
Well, it's amazing to have all 3 of us here.
Finally.
Yeah.
It wants to be.
Finally.
It feels like kind of how it started, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. So for those of you who do not know, of course, Chian is a singer, songwriter, goddess, a wonderful person, one of our favorite people. Bakist.
Come on.
I mean, artist extraordinaire. Literally, she is one of the most fantastic people in the world.
Wow.
And one of our best friends.
One of our bestest friends.
Also, basically, they're trying to make me cry at this point.
Oh, like,
Also a prayer.
No, that's
She
not what
ain't
we
gonna cry.
want right now.
That's where this is going, bro. That's where this is going. Okay? So then you know, I am definitely 2 drinks in. And I will cry. It will dissolve into tears.
Well, there are 2 cameras to catch them.
You know, be custom.
We used to it, but
You know, we used to it.
Oh no.
But yeah, for those people who don't know anything about you, you want to say like, just, something about yourself, like big at yourself. For 2 seconds.
I feel that you wholeheartly are.
Like, just do it. Just do it.
Like, you just did all the things.
That's
yes,
true.
I'm a singer-songwriter. Yes, I do moonlight as a baker. I moonlight as a gardener. I moonlight as
Definitely.
your jury bender.
Yeah, exactly. Multi-talented here. When I tell you, this girl got it all.
Oh my god.
Artist, look at the wall behind us.
Hey.
Dog
To be
mom.
fair, all I did was draw. And they did the damn thing, the painting. Oh my god. And yes, I am a proud dog mom. Don't make my child hard ears. Don't make that. She's a puppy, okay? That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Okay?
It's not a puppy, guys.
But she's beautiful. She's a beautiful pit bull named Zuri.
That's our god baby.
Stunning, as her name suggests.
She is stunning. Those eyes.
She really is. And she got a lovely soul.
You know what it is? Like, before I actually met my first pit bull, the stories and the stigma attached to the breed was so much in my mind that I was woefully unprepared for how sweet they are. Like, oh my god, and she's a red nose, and red nose from that breed are particularly affectionate. So she just always wants to be
She's
near
very,
you.
very loving.
Yeah.
Oh man, today I was in the greenhouse. Guess who comes into the greenhouse out the blue, like, and crawls under my foot to like lay down with me. I'm doing nothing. I'm not doing anything fun for her anyway. But she just comes chill out.
She likes to be
So
included.
sweet.
She really does. She real sweet. And she's taught here too.
For sure.
She's
very
taught you,
vocal.
if you come in your house and she is up because for whatever reason, gate over or whatever, and you do not go say hi to Zuri.
Correct.
Zuri just be wholeheartedly asking you come in my house and then say hi.
Like, where are you going?
Hi.
Give me my rub.
You
It's
know?
playtime.
Exactly. She's a wonderful girl.
Yes, that's my
She really is. She really is.
I told my parents that's their only grandbaby.
Ah.
They were slightly disappointed, but then also not because she's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's awesome. Wait, so Russell introduced you to Mia?
Russell
Sheehan.
Russell
introduced you to
definitely
Sheehan.
introduced me to Chian.
And Amory was the one that was like,
I met both of y'all through your partners.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yours would have been Amory shot me and was like, "Can we do a shoot?" I was like, "Okay."
I don't think the shoot was the first time I saw you though. I think the first time I saw you were performing in the
Yes.
Villages something.
But I didn't see you though. How I met you though was then.
I don't think
afterwards,
I was
would've-
introduced to
he
you
would've
that
been
night.
Like, hey, my girlfriend, because you would have been his girlfriend at the time.
Mm-hmm.
He said, my girlfriend is a designer and she would really like to dress you. Do you have anything coming up? I was like, fuck yeah, because I'd never been dressed. By the way, she's the first designer that like dress me, right? That like literally called me and was like, hey, come and put you in some clothes. But yeah, so he would have called me, told me that, and then it would have been like, okay, sure. Like who says no to nice things, right? So then I would have had it was DJ Deluxe's
Oh yeah.
event. This would have been the one down Christchurch, down where the surfers and stuff like down the back of there, the silver stands. Yeah, down there, and it would have been like less than a week before the event.
Probably a few days, yeah.
Yeah, and you were like, okay, let's do this. And she made a magical dress. I still have this dress, by the way. I keep telling you this. But it's
Wild
true.
to me.
Furthermore, the next time y'all see me, I'm gonna wear that dress.
No.
Yes, I'm wearing that dress just so they can see how good this dress stand up after all these years. Because this is what this gotta be like. What, 7 years? Call it.
At
That's
least 6. Because that was early in our dating.
I wear this dress up to last year.
I don't own any of my pieces that I made for myself
Oh my
from
god.
that long ago.
Well, I have your pieces. And that's why
girl.
I met you. That would have been the first time I actually interacted with you when I would have came out to do the try on and you would have been like, okay, I'm just gonna adjust this.
You know, that night I saw you perform in where is St. Lawrence Gap?
It's down the probably the bottom because the only place I performed at the time
Yeah.
was down the bottom where the Shadow Village
I was
is.
like, oh my god, her voice is amazing.
Oh, that's crazy.
I was definitely sitting down like fangirling. I was like, you know this person? I have to meet her. I didn't think that all of the crazy would have come with meeting her eventually.
Because let me tell you,
But
on stage.
Lawrence Crazy was up front.
Yeah. Mine's a little more subtle. It's reserved for people that I know.
Totally all together, I feel like the crazy definitely
Yeah,
like
is a whirlwind.
Listen,
Is a whirlwind here?
when I met you, like it felt like I met one of my people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can't even remember when I met you. Like I remember walking down the street in the UK and Russell being like, he's performing with this new singer and she's amazing. And I remember coming back to Barbados. I mean, being like, okay, let's go to his gigs. Cute little fangirl Lauren going to his gigs. And I remember seeing you singing, right? And seeing you interacting with Russell. And I just don't really, get in the way and stuff like that. And I remember sitting down. I don't know why I feel it's Royal Pavilion, but
really was.
I
It was
feel like it was Royal Pavilion. And I remember sitting down in the little seats, right, in front of the stage and being like, I can make her my friend, she can be my friend. She can be my friend.
And she wholeheartedly told me that. That was like one of the first things she said to me.
Lauren wholeheartedly just be like, we're gonna be friends.
And that was so much energy. That
Yeah.
and, like there was no going back from there. I'm not gonna lie. Like even if she didn't mean it, she had to stand by it because
Every time
for me.
I'm around the two of y'all together, I just be like, how did this happen? Like I don't
Yeah.
remember when this happened. I don't remember agreeing to this.
I don't think you did. Oh my goodness.
No, oh my God. I feel like, and you know, it's funny too because we really only got close during the pandemic.
Oh yeah.
Because before that, like I only would have known you as Imri's partner.
Yeah.
You know? And even with Imri, I didn't know Imri that well either. Like he was just this dope photographer guy, you know? You know, like that I went to school with. Like that's literally that was him in my head. Dope photographer guy you went to school with. Cool. Right? And I feel like there was like only like one other time where we would have really like hung out or anything like that. And that would have been a time when he called me by to like listen to another artist. And it was at like a friend's house, and the friend they made like these really amazing burgers. What's it? I want to say Tyson, but I feel like I'm wrong. I'm right. Oh my God!
It was definitely
Big up to
Tyson. As soon as you
Tyson.
said burgers, I was like, that's definitely Tyson.
Yeah.
Tyson. Oh my God! It was.
Why didn't get
burgers.
invite? We could pause there a second. Why didn't get invite?
Ooh.
Because I feel like I've been waiting for these Tyson burgers for forever. So it's like, Tyson, when you watch this,
Can we
you
have
know,
burgers, please? And can I also come too?
hi Joe, we love you.
Hi Joe! I can't wait to meet you. I've heard wonderful things.
But yeah,
Please and thanks.
please and
Right? Oh yeah. But so all of the relationships that I would have had were like either professional or periphery. So it's like I cannot imagine if I had to like imagine that we would be here sitting down together like and knowing each other and like being there for each other over the last year and a half, 2 years,
Keeping each other
However,
sane for sure.
My God,
yeah.
like I wouldn't have been able to picture it. That's the truth. It's the truth.
Me either. I ain't gonna lie.
But I'm grateful.
Yes.
Okay. So I have a question, guys. What age were you when you stopped going to church? If you did stop going to church.
I think I was about, I want to say I was about 14 or so. I stopped because I felt like going to the church was counterintuitive to me maintaining my faith. It felt like I was going there and I was just confronted with all the things that I think should not be a part of the practice of Christianity. And the hypocrisy of it was just, it was too much. So I had a discussion with my dad. I was like, Dad, to me, it don't make sense me listening to a preacher preach about saying that he can't practice, right? Something that he is finding so painstaking and difficult to practice,
definitely.
right?
Practice for your preach.
How are you going to come to me and tell me about fidelity and you honor your wife like under threat, sir, with one of the apostles? Like, that don't make sense. Like it's disrespectful to not just your wife, but also to me, you know? Because you don't even hiding things. Like, we can see you.
We can see you.
We can see you,
Yeah.
right? And, like, you're supposed to be standing out and representing a power that's higher than you, right? And again, I by no means expect you to be perfect, but the very basics, though. Like,
Yeah.
can we at least handle the basics? You know what I mean? So it was touch. It was touch. And that was just one thing of many things.
Definitely, if you cannot hold yourself accountable for the choices that you make,
Yeah.
don't try to come for me on the pulpit on Sunday morning.
Facts.
Because I definitely gonna be saying, no, staring at you like.
And I mean, like, and like every other week, the sermons was about sex and like, especially when we had like the youth services, it was always like, oh, don't have sex and he wholeheartedly sharing out the peen though, like. Sir, how you gonna tell me to keep my little tail quiet and you can't keep your little tail quiet?
They found that you were aware of this at 14.
Because, and that's another thing too, like they think, because when you go into church, right, like people think that you're oblivious for some reason.
Yeah.
Like I go in church, I'm not blind, I'm still the same as every other 14-year-old in the whole of the world. Like I can see what's going on.
Yeah.
I've come to an age where I have an understanding. That's the way the Lord is holding me accountable for my own actions now. Because I have an understanding now. So treat me like that. Like talk to me like I know what's going on. I should be in adult Bible study. Well, I was. But like that was because my
I didn't
parents.
make it that far.
But like I should be able to go to adult Bible study and it not be a thing. It was a thing. Why was it a thing? You know, if I want to go and I want to learn, I want learn and take the same classes that my parents taking for thing. They pay. They are if they pay. I don't think they were paying because I don't think anyone was paying at the time because they were trying to get like people to be certified so they could hold positions in the church so the church could go like right. It was the whole thing. Point is, there were these apostle classes and stuff like that was going. That was all everybody was going to. And I was like, if I come and ask a question, why can't I ask a question? It was. Your job is to teach, and I felt like I wasn't being taught. Right? The only thing I was being taught was not what not to do.
Oh yeah. I definitely felt like my questions weren't being answered.
Yeah,
like you would ask something, and it would be like this very flippant attitude.
Girl, I asked the pastor why we gotta shut our eyes to pray. I'm still waiting for the answer.
I had a totally different experience. Totally different.
My God.
I got the answer for you.
Oh yeah,
but we can get there.
I'll wait for that.
But my experience was like, it was so different. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't my questions not being answered. I have nothing bad to say about my Catholic faith. To be honest, if you get me at the right day, I can go back to church. Because no matter, like, of course, there was some older people in the church that I didn't agree with.
Right.
But when I had all my discussions with the priest, all my discussions with like higher persons in the church, it was very blatant. You know, it wasn't like, oh no, you shouldn't be doing this. Like, I mean, so of course, and we need to get some clarity to it. So I'm born and raised Catholic. I first communion, confirmation, I went to Catholic school.
Pentecostal.
Right?
Just for clarity.
But like in our discussions, like we would literally have wholehearted discussions. And at the time that I was in church and I was growing up in the church, it was a spectacular time for us. In that we had a lot of new young priests come in.
Ooh,
right?
Nice.
So they were very, I mean, I say new and young because they were probably our age now, you know, kind of coming in and kind of talking to us. So they were very much like, well, this is why the things are the way they are. And these are the answers to the question that you have. And I mean, so you would talk to different people in the church and you could always tell the different tiers, because I remember doing Catholicism and somebody telling me that divorce was a sin. And looking at her being like, but girlfriend, you divorced. You can't really be believing that and telling me. But then sitting down and talking to a pastor, a priest, I call him a pastor, oh God. Right? Sitting down.
I set you up, girl. I set you up. I'm sorry.
Sitting down and talking to different persons and different persons higher up in the church and hearing their understanding of God and the Bible. And it was totally different. And I got a clear understanding at that point, one, that you can have different conversations depending on where you are in the church.
Yeah.
Correct.
But I also never felt like, and maybe I don't know why. Maybe it's because I went to a Catholic school, so I had the opportunity. But I think that everybody has the opportunity. I don't know why. But I also felt that I also had the opportunity to speak to people about different things. And in my experience, and I always say, you know me, I always say that let's not generalize, because my experience ain't gonna be everybody's experience. They got somebody who can be able to go out there and curse out and say that they were told no.
Yeah.
But that's not what I was told. In all of my questions, and you know me, I question everything.
Facts.
So the reason why we lower our eyes when we pray is, and I asked because it don't make sense to me
Either.
right? Is that it's one of the practices that allow us to kind of center in and focus on the request that we're making. So a lot of people.
So it's meditative then.
Yeah, a lot of people wouldn't
I'm
necessarily close their eyes. Some people just lower their eyes, because in the lowering of it, you are not taking in all the distractions. You're able to just focus in.
Yeah.
So for me,
See, that makes sense.
I had a different experience. What happened with me is that in my questioning, I got to the point where I was like, okay, well, I understand this, but now I want more questions and more answers. And in my search to find more answers, I went all the way like left field. So then I was like, oh, so this energy thing, you know, and all this universe thing and all this, you know, like And I went all the way like through the metaphysical, and I did not at any point feel that necessarily it was a bad thing. But I also got to the point where I was like, but I also don't want to be told, or don't want to hear, or don't want to feel that I got to, you know, be in a bracket. So that's why I tell you,
if you live by these rules or else, for me, that was a problem.
If you ask me, depending on who you're talking to,
I don't mind somebody telling me to live by rules, because like the law is the law, right? There's that, right? I don't mind the rules. I mind being told that I have to live by these rules, and then everybody else not doing it, and then somehow it's only villainous when I do it. Like, how is it okay for you to do it because you're close to God, right? But when I do it, it's like the greatest blasphemy that ever was.
Yeah.
That was my big issue. Thank you for saying that. That was my big issue.
Like, how sway?
My big issue was the idea that one person was close to God.
Come on.
Don't agree with it. At any point of me, you could take me and put me on a state to this. We are all close to God. We are all able to sit down and touch and feel and experience God here on earth.
Right.
There is no one divine person who I think
Agreed.
can come down and who you gotta be bowing to and praying to. And I'm not saying that we don't have leaders and they're not people who have studied and who can show us the way and who can enlighten us because they have taken their time to go on the journey.
That's a purpose.
I am not saying that at all. I just don't believe that there's one person who has the ear of God and none of us do. I believe that I got the ear of God the same way anybody else on this earth. And I believe that you got the ear of God the same way as anybody else on this earth. I believe we all connected.
Because like you said, for me, that was a big issue too, because like this idea that there's these chosen people and only them have this access makes absolutely no sense when you also teach that Jesus died on the cross so all of us could have access to the Father, right? Like, what was the point of the Lord's Prayer and teaching us how to ask for things in Jesus' name if we don't now have that same access?
Exactly.
Like, you're literally saying Jesus died for no reason. Like, where you gonna put my guy out like that? Like, that's not a fun way to die.
and then let me circle back into all the Marxists and the things we learn in sociology. And what they taught us about religion and why they teach us that there is one person who we need to go and ask for help and guidance to get God's ear.
For me, it's also
it's too restrictive.
what happens when they don't have the answers? Because that was my problem.
Girl, talk to me.
Like, I come to you and I ask you something and your response is, well, you should have been listening when we preached about that 2 weeks ago.
You know what they told me when I asked why you have to close your eyes to pray? That's just how it's done.
They probably didn't know.
But that's the thing. Like, first of all, sir, that's not an answer. I would rather you tell me, hey, I don't know, I'm going to go and do some reading on that and then come back to you. I had a teacher like that at school. Actually, had a couple. I was very fortunate. A couple teachers like that at school, right? And when I tell you that those were some of my favorite teachers ever in life, one, Mr. Baino, that taught me biology at Foundation. Miss Aline was another one that used to do things like that as well. She would go and like look up things and come back and be like, oh yeah, so this is all, you know.
I definitely read it around. I don't know now, but I will go and check it just for you. Just because you asked me this question, I'm going to go do my research.
And it's like
and
the
I'll
best
come back
thing
to you.
ever.
Yep.
My French teacher, I kid you not, right? Like, it seems so like fickle, but the idea that you can go to somebody and ask them a question and they actually care enough to actually go outside in their personal time and look for the answers for you, right? To help you as a person, like, that's dope. Like, I remember me and my friend, we were in French and we asked our French teacher, like, if like the songs on Sesame Street were in different languages too, right? And she was like, yeah, like, they got some of them recorded in different languages. Like, so my favorite Sesame Street song was I Would Like to Visit the Moon at the Time, right? And I asked the teacher, and she, right now, I got a new way to walk. I got it. Yeah, that one. But I vibe with that so hard now. But, oh my God, what is it? I don't even know what that guy's name was, but him, he was my favorite thing. at the time. And she went home, and not only did she find out that it was recorded in French, she also translated it, right? Because she couldn't find the actual recording itself. She just knew that it was. She translated it and came and taught us how to sing freaking I Want to Visit the Moon.
Yeah.
In French. Like, why do I know that now? I can literally sing that in French now.
I think you sang it to me in French already.
Yeah, like, je voudrais vister à la lune dans un fumet dans l'air. Like, kid you not. And why do I know this? Why is that something that I held on to? Because somebody cared enough to invest the time to find that answer for me.
Yep.
And it's such a little fickle, silly thing. So the fact that somebody can do that for something so fickle, right, made it so difficult for me now to come back to the church and be told very blasé, disregard that question, it's not important.
Yeah.
Right? When something unimportant could be answered, but something important like life or death, like soul deep, like eternity burning questions can't get answered. Like, how dare you? How dare you look at me and tell me I shouldn't ask these questions?
For me too, because my question was about the book of Revelations in particular. And then you read it, and as a child, because I think I was like 11, so I was like, what the fuck is this?
Girl, the world explodes.
I have questions and I need them answered. And then your response is like, well, you should have been listening when we preached about it the last time.
Wilds.
That was my first, like, okay, I don't know if I want to be here anymore. And then what really sealed the deal with for me was being told that I could not wear pants at church functions.
Say what?
Yeah. At a picnic, actually, we weren't even in the church. We were going to a picnic, and I was told to go back in my house and change my clothes because I could not wear pants.
So he was gonna hang upside down on the monkey bar? Like, they got me beat? That's the whole point?
Yeah.
And after that, I do think that I changed. But after that, I was like, Gran, we need to have a conversation. I don't think that I want to go to church anymore. Y'all know how I feel about being told, particularly about what I put on my body, because I feel like that's how I express myself.
You know what's coming to me? You know what is coming to me? Render your hearts and not your
garments. Come on, no. Come on.
That was something. Something we used to say at church because we our generation of our class, our Catholicism class. We was wild. We were definitely render your hearts and not your garments.
I love it.
Kids. But we were also very questioning people. So I'm not sure if because of that experience that I had with them, if it was different for me.
No, I definitely had a lot of questions.
You definitely
but
had
I was 11.
Experience.
Yeah.
And at 11, I was like, okay, I don't think I want to come back here. I did try my
11?
hand. I was 11 years old.
They tried it when you were 11? Ooh.
And I was like, I've never been told, before that, I had never been told what I could and couldn't wear. With my grandmother in particular, like, she's very not old school. I could wear whatever I felt comfortable in.
Yeah.
And if I thought it was
That's
pretty,
because you was a grandbaby, by the way. I just want you to know that.
Very much so. If I thought it was pretty, then she thought it was pretty. So I was like, I've never been told no when it comes to what I can and can't wear. And for me, I think I should have definitely recognized that that was my calling as far as what I would choose
for sure,
for my
you
profession.
Feel that passionate about
that. I wholeheartedly was on these swing sets saying, I'm like,
what's wrong with my skirt, with my jeans?
I do not like this. I do not like what I'm wearing today, and therefore I am upset. I was upset the entire afternoon. I did not eat. I refused to drink. I refused to have fun that day because I was like, how dare you?
I refused to have fun. Oh my God.
I was so upset. When I got home, I was like, Gran, I don't think I want to go to church anymore.
And she
didn't question it. She was like, well, just explain to me, tell me why.
I just want you to know that you couldn't be anything else but
I don't feel comfortable about the fact that I'm not allowed to wear pants. If the boys can wear pants and they can wear whatever they feel comfortable in, then I feel like I should be allowed to put on whatever I feel comfortable in. So I'm not going back there. And that was the end of it. No more questions. I did not go back to that church. And it was kind of family run, technically. That was the end of that for me. I never went back.
No boy.
I want to meet 11-year-old Jerri.
Me too. She's so freaking badass.
Me too. Me too.
Sis was like, y'all ain't gonna let me wear my Pants.
I was like, you don't answer my questions when I ask them, and I feel like that is your job.
Yeah, correct. That's literally
your job.
Yep.
And also, you can't tell me what to put on.
But why is it so hard for people to say, I don't know?
That's a real question, yo.
Because that was the answer. But you know, Jerry, I don't know. You know, Mia, I don't know. But I will find out for you.
Yeah, or we could find out together.
We could find out together.
Say, like, you don't even need to have to take the onus on you. You can say, you know what? If you can find out for me, we'll have a conversation about it. Even give me the challenge.
Yeah.
Make me go have to do the reading. You don't want to do it? Fine. But allow the space for that question to be a question, you know? Like, something that needs answering, because it wouldn't have popped into my mind or anybody else's mind for that matter if it wasn't something of some kind of import, you know? And even like the things that seem really fickle, they have a purpose, you know? It's like ants and freaking anything else in the world, they have a purpose. So my question has a purpose.
Exactly.
Maybe it's not necessarily like the most mind-boggling question in the world, but
and it's definitely been asked before.
If
I'm curious about it, then somebody else definitely was sitting down and like,
because these religions are not born yesterday.
Nope.
Christianity is the baby of all religions, and that thing is what 2,000 years old.
Yeah,
like come on, help me, help you,
exactly.
Help me. Wait, no.
But I just gotta appreciate the people in my life for choo-choo, because I was there thinking, literally as you said it, right? I remember, so I've been in church my whole life.
Yeah.
Up to about 16 when I graduated school. I think at that point I was like, let's explore other things. But I remember, and I ain't sure if anybody gonna watch this who went to St. Dominic's with me back in the day when Father Dick was there. That was his name.
Nice.
All right. But he used to do that. He used to be like, well, you know what, Lauren, I really don't know. But here's what we're going to do. Next week, Sunday, you're going to come back and you're going to tell me what you found out. And I'm going to tell you what I found out. Like he legitimately used to take the time. And that's why I say like, and I can tell you 100%.
If I went to where you went, I probably would be Catholic today.
But I can tell you, everybody's experience is not the same. But I was never put in the situation where I was wrong for asking.
Right.
Or my questions were irrelevant, or you can't ask this question. I did have some experiences at school where speaking to certain people that I loved. So it was heart-wrenching, where their answers to questions were totally unacceptable.
Yeah.
You know? And it was like, but because of all the other positive experiences I had,
it didn't diminish it for you.
Yeah. It was like, you just don't know. You know what I mean? Like, you're obviously from a time that is incorrect and you have not updated your knowledge.
Yeah.
But for me, it was more of a, I about ready to learn other things though. I about ready to learn about energy and how we're all, created and the physics of it. And
since then I have, I'm funny enough, as much as I don't use Facebook, that was one point of reference I have for it, for the earliest time that I've used this. When I created my Facebook page back in 2000 and whatever, yeah, this was literally what was in my bio. There's no right or wrong religion. There's just religion and what we choose to do with it. Right? And I stand by that idea. So I've explored religions, grandmother. You understand what I'm saying? I've tried Buddhism. I've tried Hinduism. I've tried let's call it Islam. No, not Islam. Mala, I try things.
All these things.
Santeria, all like the Orishas I'm familiar with. I did my reading on them. Different things. Like I've explored it because I feel like if you can explore each religion, right? And genuinely embrace the truths of it, then you can embrace anybody in the whole wide world. You know what I mean? Like you can see some good in every single one of them.
Yeah, maybe pull the best out of each one of them. Yeah.
And if you can live your life by those rules, then you're gonna find that you found a way that you can be at the very core a good human being. You know? Because all they're asking you to do is to not just look at yourself, but to look at others. Respect that space, respect that intention, that purpose, that existence.
To love your neighbor as you love yourself.
Correct. Love your neighbor as you love yourself.
Is it
And then
more
be
of like you just
respectful.
having a good moral compass though?
Correct. That's
Because I
literally
thought
all
for
it is.
me, I definitely, honestly, since being like 11 years old, decided that maybe organized religion is just not for me.
Yeah.
And it might just be me needing to have like a good moral compass for myself and living by those rules. And that needs to be good enough.
But even then, like to me, that comes down then to still your relationship with right and wrong. You know, so that's the core of religion. That's the core of it. It's not even about God, really. You know, like God is the person who would have delegated and said, "Hey guys, make sure you teach my people these rules so that they can like get through in life and not be miserable." Right? That's literally all it was. Mass was just like, hey, if it's one way I can guarantee that you can get through life and you're not going to be up shit street every day, all day,
Is live by these rules.
if you live by these simple
So
rules.
don't just preach them. Actually live by them.
Come on, thanks. Thanks. Otherwise, whichever God you believe in gonna meet you at the door. Okay? Straight up. I said it.
Not Lauren, trying not to be like, you know, but technically, you know, the God is within us and all, and going all the way down. Not me trying to like,
Felt though.
you know. Guys, we're definitely a bottle and a half in, about to be 2 bottles in, but we're now having mimosas.
Correct.
Yeah.
The party is
We've
shifted.
decided that we should probably put some juice in the alcohol because
They're just clothing their beverages. I'm actually drinking juice in mine.
she's a lightweight.
Yeah.
First of all,
Because I will dance on this table.
We love
I
to
will.
see it.
No, you
and we
don't,
got
though.
some different kinds of
But my
spices.
socks
What
are
I'm
cute today.
saying. Also, can we just talk about this DeLuca?
Oh,
Girl, I'm so sorry. I'm also
I hope
very
that you
clumsy.
thought
I am
that.
so clumsy.
Not me about to pop this next bottle.
all of the juice on my foot.
Just don't pop it at me. Ah!
Not we can get on you.
Oh, shit. Lauren poured half of it into the sky.
Okay, can we just talk about what just happened?
It's a champagne shower.
Yo.
It's the hour.
I told y'all this was gonna be the best episode.
Oh my God.
That has never happened to me in my whole life. Like I wish like, I did
What?
it properly and just like let it explode.
Were you shaking it up?
No, I don't understand how it happened.
It's a scam.
you-
They shook
can
it
you,
at the
like-
store.
Like just throw
They
some
did one.
tissues.
They do one bottle in every case,
That was definitely
But they-
on camera, right?
and they waited for
We're
a
not
minute.
cutting this part out, by the way, guys.
Like ever.
Y'all about to see it.
This has to happen.
But yeah, we are definitely a bottle and a half in.
That was God being like, y'all heathens.
I rebuke you.
No, y'all not coming to my church.
Y'all ain't getting to drink that good wine in me.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Oh man.
Guys, this is what our friendship is like.
Basically.
This is us all the time.
Should I also admit that for me, like part of, at least in my late teenage years, I was like, about this sex thing though. Since I've been baptized, like what does that mean? What am I allowed to do? Because I wholeheartedly did not think that I was going to get married, and if I didn't get married, I was not going to be celibate my entire life. I'm sorry.
I mean,
Fuck that
fair.
I mean, me either, to be honest. I'm still not married. And I'm definitely not
I was about to
celibate.
say like,
I mean,
if somebody want to
You know.
we were wholeheartedly living together before we got married.
We are living in sin.
Correct.
And very happily so.
But teenage Jerri was like, so if I don't get married, what does that mean? Do I not have children? I wonder if there are women that
Don't cheat. Don't let that water drop in.
Decide that they're gonna wait for marriage and get past like childbearing age because of that.
I didn't know how to misquote.
I'm not sure if in this, I mean, of course, there are always going to be one or two because, no generalization. But I honestly also think, so teenage Lauren had very well decided that back in the day when the Bible was written, right? Age of marriage was
like,
between 14 and 18.
12.
18.
I was about to say, it was like 12.
It was when your period showed, right?
Yeah.
12.
Right, you're right.
And if you were started younger,
it was younger.
Sis.
You are very much correct. So when that was written, sex before marriage was like no sex before 12.
Before the period.
Before
That's
the
literally
period.
all that was.
So you were
was
to
a
be
medical
you were
thing,
to
really.
be untouched by a man before you had your period, right? And when you had your period, you were then to be married as chattel to a man,
Yeah.
right? And to be honest, I had decided, well, hey, I got past my period age and I didn't have sex before my period age. So therefore, when you look at the spirit of the law, that was
The
written.
spirit of the law.
Just like cover me,
the
guys.
Lord said I can.
Ball and a half in, right? that I could have sex.
Girl, it did not mean that. Okay.
can we also just talk about the fact that the idea of
But I love how you
virginity,
explained it, though.
Right?
It was great.
it was great. But can we also talk about the fact that the idea of virginity, and for women especially, and the idea of just being a virgin in general is kind of disgusting. Because that whole like hymen checking thing,
It's wild.
Yeah.
Yo, they used to like for real, have like several people come into the room while you were losing your virginity.
just to watch
To check.
and make sure that there was some blood on those sheets.
Like, and what if, because I did not bleed.
I was
by the
about
way.
to say.
I did not, when I lost my virginity, I did not bleed.
I ain't bleed either.
There
I
was
did.
no blood, okay?
There was definitely some blood there, but I
Yeah.
don't think I was as like active as far as like physically.
Oh
as
yeah, I was very active. A whole volleyball
was
player.
not
and
Yeah.
shit.
I didn't bleed. And I was there thinking to myself,
I
well,
was like, well, I guess maybe it was an actual version. Like, maybe something went wrong. I didn't know.
First of all, that shit realistically is just there to protect against infection. For infants,
Not for infants.
that's its purpose.
Really? I never knew. Look at you. Give us the education.
That's all it's there for.
Come on.
So the fact that you expect it to be there past
yeah.
you
Past
being in your
infancy.
teens.
That's crazy.
Well, past infancy for sure.
Yeah. No, I mean as in like past its useful period.
Exactly. Like it's
Yeah.
no longer useful.
That's
So why
wild, though.
why did we make it such a thing?
You know what? It was a way to determine the value of a product because women were not anything else beyond
Exactly.
products,
This is true.
right? We've moved past that today.
Have we?
Kinda, sorta.
Because
Legally.
I seem to remember.
But then,
In
but
legal
then
sense.
that's a
In legal
great
sense.
bit.
when did this TA thing happen?
What TI thing?
Oh, when he was checking his daughter.
He did not.
He did.
What?
And he said that shit on a podcast.
He did not.
This was
He
what, like,
was.
a
He
year, 2
definitely
years, 2 years
was
ago?
checking his daughter.
Oh my God,
to
that's
see if
crazy.
taking her to a gynecologist.
And I'm here like, what gynecologist? Then again,
Isn't that like illegal? Like that should be illegal. That's illegal,
because
right?
they literally still require you to have
It's not
your
illegal.
husband's
Because she was a minor
yeah.
and therefore he was legally.
Was she? I feel like she was 18. I could be wrong.
I am all the way shook.
At 18, she would have to consent. Because at 18, you're an adult.
Hell no.
Honestly,
Or 18, you're a consenting adult. So
not all gynecologists are gonna do that.
Oh no, he definitely
I know
has to search.
a good few.
Even here
no
right
way.
now,
I'm sure that most of the gynecologists here in Barbados would be like, nah, they're not doing it.
That sounds so bizarre.
Yeah, but
I
I'm also
definitely
sure
know that when I was in my teens, there was at least one here that was doing it. I'm quite proud of the fact that she was doing that shit.
That
And yes, I
checking-
said she. I won't say who it was, but
checking for. Oh my! Wow.
that's
okay.
crazy. But that even brings me all the way back to the fact that we are still talking about women's reproductive rights, because it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Human
You're
rights.
dictating what a woman can do with her body, what a woman can do with her vagina. You know, like, why are we doing this?
I grew up myself. Can I be in charge
Exactly.
of it?
You just don't be here. You just don't be here saying nothing when you bleeding and you keel over and you
Facts.
bad, right?
When I can't move.
When you can't move, ain't nobody there for you. Ain't nobody telling you nothing, right? You don't get no week off.
And nobody can take that
It was
pain
you.
from me.
It was you. We were talking about that. We were saying that if a man had a period, we would have a whole week off
yes.
every month.
Yeah, we would.
every
Megan
single
said-
month. You have
Megan
a
said
whole
it.
week.
Like, my testicle hurts this week, guys.
You know, so
cannot come
into
so
work.
testicle week.
Testicle week.
Not us wholeheartedly be on painkillers, be doing
pain,
all in
throwing
pain,
up,
all the way
sleepy.
up.
throwing up,
And for me,
tired.
faint is shit. Like, I've
Faint.
definitely passed out before because of my anemia.
Oh my god.
I still
And you
got
got
feeling
shot
at
to
the
work.
bottom of my feet. Like the bottom of my feet, there's loose feeling. I can't figure out why, but the bottom of my feet, when I have the 1 to 3, no feeling. It's almost be like
Sis.
numbness.
My pelvis literally feels like it's doing this.
Yeah, girl.
Okay?
Yeah.
I was telling somebody, I can feel the bone doing this.
They separate me up.
It's like, and I'm like, if that's how that feels, I do not want to feel childbirth. It's a wrap for me.
Exactly.
Okay? No.
There's be days I just be like, man, childbirth can't be much worse than this.
Like, and that is so crazy. And we
Right?
still go to work. Like, we still show up to
Still
things.
get up and go to work and go to appointments. I was
Girl.
speaking to a friend of mine today, and she was telling me how ill she was feeling. She had headache, she had stomach ache, and she still had to get up and go to work. And she was dizzy and faint and got up and went to work.
I want you to know,
And that's
right?
Sometimes
every
you gonna
month.
leave at lunch and go and throw up and come back and just be like, well, I'm here now.
You
You
know, last Saturday night this week, right? That was my second day. When I tell you, right, that I felt like my entire everything down there was literally just crawling
And
to
falling
different
out.
sides.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I had to go and sing for people and act like nothing was wrong with me. Dance, smiling at people's face. Oh, I'm not like, and I try my best not to take my problems to the stage.
Yeah, 'cause you
because that's
can't.
not the place for
Yeah.
it. People are coming to me for catharsis. They're not coming to me for my problems.
Yeah.
But I was in a struggles the other night. I ain't gonna lie. A whole struggles. My back was hurting me.
Yeah.
When I got home, all my feet was hurting me. It's the ghetto, guys. It's the ghetto,
really
and the
is.
fact that we don't just automatically get time off as well to me.
We don't. You know, furthermore, you can't even talk about your period.
Facts.
I wholeheartedly be looking at my ovaries like,
it's the toms. The toms, you know, the time of the month.
No. I want you to know, if you're talking to me, it's a period.
It's
I
a
am bleeding
period.
from my vagina. Because
The
that
vagina
is what is happening.
Spelling the last attempt at a child.
Exactly.
it's how we all got here.
It's how we all got here. You gonna gotta get comfortable with it if you want to be in my company.
Facts.
Other than that, you
First
know
of
where to
all,
go.
And I think this is for Russell and, you know, our partners in general. For me, that was a big thing. Like, if you're not comfortable with the idea that I bleed from that part of my body every single month, then maybe we shouldn't be together.
Yeah, definitely.
Facts.
Definitely. Who
Because
is it?
if you can't deal with me on my period, then you don't deserve me.
Who was
the
it
rest
that we
of the
were
month.
talking to? Oh, no, it wasn't at all. I had a conversation one time with a guy, and he was like, he is not going to buy tampons or pads for his woman.
Oh my
There are
god.
guys that
I
are
think I remember
definitely
you
still
said- you
squeamish
talked to us
about it.
this. That's so wild to me.
That would have been...
You know, honestly, I love my brother to bits, right? I remember there was a time I was so mashed, right? I could not get to the store, and I had just ran out, right? I had just used my last pad. And I called my brother and was like, Shane, please bring home a pad for me. He was like, so he goes in the store, right? He calls me like 15 minutes later. Puzzle, because he's in the aisle now. He's like, whoa,
Yeah.
there's so many. Right? And my brother legit walked on that whole aisle and named every single one and read off the labels on every single one. And the fact that that's a rare thing is bananas to me.
That's so sweet.
It was crazy that
Like,
was
why is that
Yep.
sweet? That should be normal.
Exactly.
I want you to know that
Shane,
Emery
thanks.
wholeheartedly sometimes gets the one that I'm supposed to use, and I will pick up the wrong ones because I really don't read the box sometimes.
Yeah.
But because he knows, okay, these are the ones that you use, he gets it right every single time.
Big up the men that pay attention.
Exactly.
And the men that don't get home like it's the worst thing in the world. Big up yourselves. Yes.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
exactly.
I'll raise my glass to you.
Periods mean you're not pregnant. Every single time I get my period, I'm like,
Cheers to that!
we made it another month.
No babies. No babies 2022.
Nah, but to me, like, hearing him say that was like shocking for me, because I never even, like, it never crossed my mind that they had men like that.
I will
Girl,
already be
they
like,
got
who
men that
raised
don't
you?
even want to kiss you after you do fellatio.
Yeah, no,
And that is bananas.
no, it would never happen.
Girl, no.
It would never happen again. It would never happen again.
Like, yeah, when I heard that, like, because this is not somebody I mess with, right? But when he told me that, I was like, sir. And girls be sleeping with you, bro? Like,
Do you not wash your dick?
on purpose? Oh, come on. Because that was my next question. I was like, so like, it's like a hygiene issue? Like, what's
Yeah.
the way? So his thing was that he didn't want to taste his cum. I was like, bro, you know that you can make adjustments to the taste of that, right? Like,
But also,
if you don't like the taste of it,
why should I?
which means she don't like the taste of it.
Exactly.
Can we do something about the taste of it?
Yeah.
Like, eat some pineapple, bro. Come on, please.
Well, I can't eat pineapple.
Well, you can't, but that's the way. It's his job to eat the pineapple. He gotta eat the pineapple.
Exactly.
But no, like, there's so many double standards
Yep.
and BS
Yep.
around females and female sexual practice,
And female
right?
anatomy
And female anatomy and all that. That is like,
I'm
what
so
is
glad that I
going
didn't have to deal with that
on?
in my dating life. I'm glad that
too,
y'all
bless
stay
God.
far away from me.
You telling me
Please
all
keep
these
staying
things, and
far
I'm
from
just
me.
like, Russell, I love you.
Right? I love.
Because I know what I can do. I can't go back out there, guys.
I appreciate all of
Oh yeah, the streets they want.
The
us.
streets not
all of the women that raised the men's calling
good
that
at
I had to
men's,
deal with
yes.
in a life because I did not have that
It's
problem
true.
either. But it's a real thing, girls.
Yeah.
They are out there. They're wild and they're free.
Yeah, the streets not for me.
I don't. Meanwhile, I am currently strolling the streets because like y'all, I don't have a significant other. But yeah, it's a ghetto, guys. Don't come here. Like, live your best lives where you're
Yeah.
at.
Wait,
That's two drinks in.
I'm not looking at your bottle like.
Yeah, that bottle hurt up. That bottle hurt up.
Yeah, boy. And
Lauren definitely poured that. That was you.
Lauren pour all the drinks.
Lauren definitely poured
Correct.
that bottle.
And the manager
That's the
of
way
the
I feel.
Because
alcohol.
I'm here like.
I feel it. I hot and it's sweaty.
But guys, try it. It's really good.
Yeah, that
It's
was a
really
Luca.
good.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Come on now.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, I love the Luca, full stop. Well, y'all know this. Y'all
We
don't know
know.
this.
We know.
Slowly but surely learning things about Lauren. I'm a Prosecco baby.
Facts.
But this is a Rosé Brut by DeLuca. I buy it from PriceSmart because PriceSmart's my people's. PriceSmart got me.
Yeah, we roll with them. We
You
roll
know?
with them deep.
Y'all should try it.
It's really good.
Drink with us, guys.
Yes, if you do not have a beverage while you're watching two drinks in, you're doing it wrong.
Y'all
You
should
really
definitely
are.
be drinking along with
This
us.
is what is supposed to be happening.
Exactly.
Okay?
And then when you sip on your drinks, also comment. So sip on your drinks, and
Like, what are
as
your
we are
tipsy
talking,
comments?
what are your exactly?
What are your tipsy comments? Like, tell us your tipsy thought of the day.
And
Oh yeah,
yes,
definitely put them in the comment section.
we want to know. We will respond.
Facts.
We're
I
gonna
will
be here.
also laugh with you
Exactly.
because you will be laughing. Guys, I don't know about y'all, but I'm hot and sweaty. This alcohol is running through me.
I'm actually good
It's
today,
like
which is surprising because
vapors.
I gone like
Honey,
sleeves.
like, my titties is about to titty
yeah, like-
too hard. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, I'm going through over here. I'm not an alcohol.
yeah, guys.
I cannot drink alcohol.
Yeah, guys.
We should
Big
turn
ups
on
to
the AC.
Mia. Big ups for Mia for making it this far. I'm
you mean
so
me?
proud of you. Oh shite. So let's do that again. Big ups to Chian for making it this far. I'm so proud of you.
'cause-
Like, you are literally
Like,
keeping
I
up with
be
us.
tapping out.
She been keeping up.
Come on, hit.
She been keeping up.
I told you I'm a dance. I
I feel
told
like
you.
Amber's gonna have to pull the volume down.
We are sorry.
All the way down. We're
But let's bring it down a
Yes,
little
we're
bit.
gonna bring it down so we can close off.
Okay. Thank you so much for having me, girls. 2 drinks in is lituation.
Not the finger guns.
Come on. Since we're going back to the beginning.
I'm sorry, guys. It's the ghetto over here right now. So this is Jerri.
I'm Lauren.
And
Hi, I'm Chian.
and we're 3? 2
Oh
bottles?
God! Listen, we
2.5 bottles.
We're
2.5
bottles
bottles
in.
in. Oh.
Today we have with us Chian.
Today's a sleepy day, guys.
This is gonna be our best episode yet. Watch it. Watch it. I'm telling you. I ain't gonna lie. It was a whirlwind and it was amazing. And me too. Like realistically, when I think about it, guys, it's the fly. Sorry, it's gonna go to the door or to the windows.
Oh, it does smell really
Right,
good.
that's
though.
what I'm saying.
God. It smells like an airport.
Right.
It smells like travels and.
It smells new. Correct.